Kairos is effectively a prison planet ruled over by a dictator called the Timekeeper.
He thrives on control and order, and when things are thrown into those mechanisms to create chaos, he only knows how to clamp down and sort of institute martial law. The Timekeeper's primary method of control over the years has been a cybernetic implant called a bolt. A bolt is installed on the base of someone's neck and can be used to monitor their activities and shut them down completely. The Timekeeper is able to use it to see through people's eyes and monitor what's happening on Kairos at all times.
Enter our Vault Hunters. People are now hungrier than they've ever been to get off of Kairos and to fight the oppression that they've been living under. The Vault Hunters end up enmeshed in this battle on the planet, and all roads lead to the Timekeeper. We call them the Outbounders because they, kind of like our Vault Hunters, crash landed on Kairos and have not been able to leave because the planet is on lockdown. They are desperate to go back home. They're ripe for revolution.
The Outbounders are led by a guy named Rush, who is very much this coach-type character, and when the Vault Hunter shows up, helps them join the broader Crimson Resistance. That's when things really ramp up for the Outbounders.
Each zone is ruled over by a commander. In the Fade Fields, we have Idolater Saul. Idolater Saul once lived inside the city and really wants to be the Timekeeper's right-hand man. And when he is sent to the Fade Fields after Elpis arrives, he sees that as his opportunity to prove his worth to the Timekeeper.
The Augurs are a long-standing culture on Kairos. They're the descendants of the original mining teams sent there centuries ago by the Timekeeper in order to get resources like ordinite and other minerals and ores out of the mountain range.
So in the mountains, we have the faction leader Calder, and he is part of the Augurs. He wants to take the fight to the Timekeeper, and the other council members are scared and they live in fear. In Terminus Range, we have Vile Lictor is our commander. Vile Lictor is an augur. Since Elpis has arrived and brought iridium to the planet, Vile Lictor has begun experimenting and doing things under the nose of the Timekeeper. We have the Electi faction, and the leader is Levane, the gorgeous golden Levane. The Electi had previously lived in the city, an upper crust elite people that benefited from the Timekeeper. But when Elpis arrives, the Electi are left outside the city walls. And the city goes on lockdown, and they are not permitted back in the city. And so for the first time, they have to learn how the other side lives and how to survive outside the city walls. In Carcadia Burn, we have the Ripper Queen. When Elpis arrived, her perspective changed. She's realized that there's more to life than what she's been presented. And she rips her bolt as a means to be free of the Timekeeper's influence. When you rip your bolt out, there is a high potential for death, and if not death, insanity. And so her army is largely made up of raving, mad humans with decreased brain capacity.
She was able to convince a great number of her own soldiers to rip out their own bolts, and when they're not convinced, she does it for them.
We also, of course, have the Timekeeper as our primary villain in Borderlands 4. And when we were approaching how to write the Timekeeper, we certainly looked back on all of our previous main villains and considered how we wanted to approach the Timekeeper differently so that he would stand out from anything that we've done before.
We wanted to go back to this sense of dread about the villain of our game. The Timekeeper can reach out and control people with unshielded bolts, and that's a threat that is always hanging over the player's actions in the game. As we unravel things for him, though, we start to see the cracks. We wanted a villain who was a new type of character in the franchise, who is ever present and not overstaying his welcome.
We brought back so much from previous titles that fans wanted to see again and that we wanted to put in the game again. The world is immense, and it's a new planet. You can come to Borderlands 4 whether you've played the previous titles or not, and you can hop right in. It is a turning point in our universe, and how it connects back to our previous titles, but also at the end where it will point is worth playing for.